1. Divine sanction. How ascertained? To us, and since the apostolic age, divine authority is Bible authority. Whatever cannot be proved by the Bible is not part of the Christian system. Early Christian writers may be appealed to in illustration of that which is already proved by Holy Scripture, but of themselves they prove nothing beyond the opinions and customs of their own time. Consequently, if writers of the 3rd and following centuries indicate that baby baptism, baby communion, or baby anything else was practiced in their time, they only prove what is compatible with the post-apostolic origin thereof. Even in the lifetime of Paul, the mystery of iniquity had already begun its work, and, without doubt, it made rapid strides upon the removal of the apostles. The appeal, then, is to the Bible, and whatever cannot be proved therefrom must not, in any wise, be retained as an ordinance of God. How then can it be certainly known that a doctrine or practice has Bible authority? By either of two ways, and by none other, by actual assertion or by necessary inference. It is not enough to say that it may be implied, because that at once concedes that it may not. Nothing is proved by merely possible implication, nor even by probability. The inference must be necessary. Whatsoever, then, is not in the Bible actually affirmed or necessarily implied is no part of the doctrine of Christ. How then can it be shown that an ordinance is divinely authorized? By the production of a positive command, or by an instance divinely sanctioned, or by necessary inference. As a doctrine, baby baptism comes prominently before us in the creeds of Christendom. As a practice, we find it in a multitude of sects. But can it be proved from the Bible? If so, it is from heaven, but if not, it is of man. Take by way of illustration, baby circumcision. As a doctrine, it is actually asserted. As a practice, actually commanded. And clear and undeniable instances with divine sanction are recorded. Does the same hold good of baby baptism? Certainly not. Pedo-Baptists of the repute admit that as a doctrine, it is not actually asserted in the Bible, that as a practice, it is not actually commanded, and that the Bible does not contain a clear and undeniable instance. If then divine authority, that is, Bible authority, can be produced, it must be in the form of implication. Anti-pedo-Baptists are often charged with doing injustice to their opponents by demanding direct command or clear example, thus refusing the right to establish their position by inference, though they themselves maintain much Bible doctrine and practice only in this way. But let no one misrepresent or misunderstand these pages. The author accords most heartily to the pedo-Baptists the right to establish their plea by inference. It is true that though he affirms, and they admit, that there is neither command nor example of baby baptism in the Bible, there is yet another form of divine sanction, and that if thus found, it will stand on pillars stronger than the everlasting hills, that of necessary inference. But then a mere guess, a perhaps, or you cannot prove that infants were not baptized, or is it not likely, etc., have nothing whatever to do with necessary inference. Thus far, only this is claimed, that there is no command for baby baptism, and no instance of it recorded in the Bible. It may, however, for anything here said to the contrary, be sustained by legitimate inference. The only thing we are now entitled to plead in opposition is that it is not likely that in reference to the initiatory ordinance of the Church of Christ, we are left to discover its proper subjects by inference, and that so far as the more numerous class, for whom it is intended, is concerned, the Lord has left us without either command or example. Still, reasonable as this conclusion is, we are bound to examine, with all candour, whatever inferential proof the other side can submit. To this work we advance, praying the great Head of the Church to aid our effort to effect a thoroughly impartial examination.